Yo guys, what's good? In this video, we will be taking a look at the photos of the spotted refreshed Model S. There was one refreshed Model S spotted in California and another spotted in Toledo. Then we'll be discussing about if the Model S actually is going to get the Yoke steering wheel, or you get an option to pick the Yoke steering wheel or the regular steering wheel. The spotted refreshed Model S, both of them had the regular steering wheel, but no yoke. So go get your snacks, sit back, relax, and let's start. So let's start off by looking at the photos of the refreshed Model S spotted in Toledo. Alright, so here's a photo of the exterior, and what you'll notice is the fog lights is different than before, and the grille also has been redesigned. Another thing you'll notice is they've done a chrome delete, which I'm a huge fan of, love it. I don't like that chrome. And yeah, that's pretty much it for what they've done to the exterior. One thing that I have noticed is if you look carefully through the windows, look at the back seat. The headrest is a little bit raised up. So this means that the headrest is adjustable. Well, this is what I find really weird. The headrest for the front two seats used to be adjustable in the S and the X, but now they've removed that feature, and now that's only for the rear seats. Same for the Model Y. They made the rear seats headrest adjustable, but the front ones are not. And that's really strange. If they would do it to the rear, then why wouldn't they do it to the front? So for those of you who were curious if the rear seat headrest is adjustable, here's your answer. Yes, it is. Alright, so now looking at the photo of the interior, the first thing you'll notice is it doesn't have the Yoke steering wheel. But that's not what I want to focus on right now. I'm going to focus on that later in this video. So you can see that 17-inch horizontal screen, and it just looks super well integrated. In my opinion, it actually looks a little bit better than the Model 3 and Y. As you can see, there's a cup over that emergency stop button. So, of course, there's going to be an emergency stop button because this is a testing vehicle. And if something goes wrong, they can just immediately press the stop button and that will stop the car. Another thing you'll notice is on the center console, the area where you charge your phone, you can see there are labels for the gears. There's park, reverse, neutral, and drive. We're not so sure if those are going to be buttons or touchscreen, but just so you know, your gear selection is going to be in that wireless charging area, close to the hazard button. So we have a photo of the rear screen. It looks very well integrated. It's something that I'm really happy about. I just love how they added a screen for the rear passengers. I love how Tesla improves their vehicles. So now let's take a look at photos of the refreshed Model S spotted in California. Here's a photo of the exterior, and same thing, new fog lights, new grille, chrome delete. And looking at the exterior of this refreshed Model S, you're going to see that the body is wider than before. In the renders you can't really tell, but in this photo you can tell that the body is wider. And because of this body being wider, the side repeater cameras are now bigger. So that's obviously because the body is wider, and then that kind of blocks the way of the camera, so they had to make it a little bit bigger so that way they can see more. So let's hop into the interior. So here's a picture of the interior, and once again, no Yoke steering wheel. Of course, this is a testing car, so there are going to be some things not right, like for example, there's no wood trim. That's probably because they didn't really want to waste time on completing the design, and they just wanted to test it, how it drives, the features, so that way they could start the productions pretty quickly. For those of you who are curious about how the cup holders look in the front center console, well, here it is. It's underneath that sliding door, and you can get a good look at it. And I gotta say, this interior is triple fire. I mean, like, it looks so good. Even though there are some parts missing, it just looks so good. I think this is going to be my favorite premium vehicle. And the seats are perforated, which is really cool. Fun fact, the steering wheel thickness looks similar to the Model 3 and Y steering wheel. One thing you'll notice is the area where you charge your phone, there's no labels for the gear selection. However, the area where it has that hazard button, you can see there are a little bit of white smudges. That's possibly the gear selection buttons or touchscreen. We're not so sure yet. But all we know for sure is our gear selection is going to be in the phone charging area. So we've taken a look at those photos of the refreshed Model S spotted. So now I'm going to be telling you guys if I think the Model S is actually going to get the Yoke steering wheel, or you'll get the option to choose the Yoke steering wheel or the regular steering wheel. So I think you will get the option to pick if you want the Yoke steering wheel, because in the renders it clearly shows that it has a Yoke steering wheel or the normal steering wheel. And the Yoke steering wheel gives us more evidence that the autonomy is about to come pretty soon, because Tesla really wants cars to be on the road without a steering wheel by cutting off half of the steering wheel. And that's Tesla's main focus on the autonomy. And also, if you get the option to pick whether you want the regular steering wheel or the Yoke steering wheel, that would be great, because there are some people who love the Yoke steering wheel, some people hate it and want the regular steering wheel. Or some people don't feel like they're ready for a Yoke steering wheel, they still want the full steering wheel. That way, when they're driving on a straight road, they get to keep their hand on top of the steering wheel. But with the Yoke steering wheel, you can't do that. You have to hold it from the sides. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, comment, and see you in the next one.